Hello, and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. Now, this is going to be kind of a weird one, and I'm always saying, don't cross style, don't cross style. It's a lager, an ale versus a lager, or lager versus an ale. I guess this Michelob AmberBock came out first, 1995, although they have changed the recipe many times. Hadn't really noticed too much change in flavor, but they have changed it. And Newcastle Brown Ale, which this is the American brewed version, 4.7, just like the one that used to come from England. Might be lower alcohol in England. You know, a lot of their beers are be like 3.8 over there, be 4.7 here, something like that. You say, well, why would you do those? Well, they're both American beers, but the main reason they're both dark beers, brown, mild beers, relatively mild, 4.7 versus 5.1. Now the AmberBock has gone from, it was like 5.2. I think at one time it was 4.9. Now it's 5.1. The IBU's around 19. I don't know the IBUs on the Newcastle. Hold on a second. Forgot I needed the bottle opener for the Newcastle. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a quarter. I want to save that. Sorry about the delay. I wanted to save the I wanted to save the Newcastle because I don't save out-of-state craft beers, but I'll save out-of-state mass-produced American beers, which is what this is. It's made by Lagunitas, which is mostly a craft beer company. But this is a mass-produced ale. All right. I got to have a cutoff somewhere because if I don't, I'll have too much to save. And I was just, what happened to the, I had a label I thought on it. That's weird. Thought I made a label for the Newcastle. Craziness. Probably got stuck on something. Never knew what's going to go on around here. All right. Thought this thing was going to go smoothly. Nick V says, hi. Sorely Tober says, let's go, Big Ron. Let's go, Big Ron. Jeremy says, happy Easter, Ron. Hope your day is going great. Well, it was until I found out my daughter fell and cut her knee on the same place she cut it in 2017. We got bad skin. We're born with this bad skin. It cuts real easy. And she fell and I said, what's going to happen? She said, the doctor said the stitches could come out. She had 15 stitches. The doctor said the stitches could come out in 2 weeks. And, but it'd probably be more like 3 weeks with this skin. I'm rooting for Michelob, says Craig. All right, so in Newcastle. I can't believe I lost the label. I thought I stuck it to the bottom of the bottle. All right. So the Newcastle is actually the newer one from last month. The Michelob's older from a couple of months ago. So are you related to Vinny from the Vinnie Vincent invasion? All right, he says. So there's the Newcastle Brown Ale, the Lagunitas Newcastle Brown Ale. It's pretty dark. It's kind of ruby, kind of reddish brown with the light shining through. A lot of smoke on the Michelob AmberBock. So I hope her leg heals up. I mean, I was just like, started breathing hard, like when I heard that. She does the beer reviews with me sometimes. Well, this might be a good time to cancel your Philadelphia Flyers season tickets. I know I wouldn't renew them if I had them. Okay, no way, baby. You remember I used to promote New Orleans on this channel. I used to say, y'all come on down to New Orleans and all of that, but I rarely even refer to New Orleans. And I must have spent in the last 2 years, bet you I spent $100 in New Orleans. I know it hasn't been that much. No way. All right, not related. He says, bad joke, I know. Not a fan of amber beers. It tastes like rust water, says Roscoe. Okay, so I noticed the Newcastle is slightly darker, but it's really not that much darker. You can see the AmberBock here. And the AmberBock's closer to the window, so that could have something to do with that. Let's switch them. I noticed the Newcastle's retaining the head action more. It's got a creamier head. But that's not a great difference in color. The AmberBock's more brown than amber, and the Newcastle's more amber than brown. So but if you come on down to southeastern Louisiana, there's a lot of areas outside the city limits of New Orleans that have good restaurants, good places to buy beer, wine, liquor, tourist things to see. Anyway, I was reading an article. These cities are losing population now. Not just New Orleans, other cities are losing population. Shabby, crowded, virtue signaling. And virtue signaling is not to say we're trying to do the right thing. What they're really saying is, look how good I am. It's really virtue advertising. It's so the person can tell you, look how good I am. Look how much better I am compared to people in the past. I'm so much better. I'm so much superior to them. Really irks me. Especially when people apologize for something other people did. It's like, I just want to apologize for what somebody did in 1790. I'm like, how can you apologize for what somebody else did? If you do something wrong, yeah, you can apologize for it. You know, but how are you going to apologize for somebody else? You can't. You didn't do it. You just want to take credit for being a fabulous person and brag on is what you want to do. A virtue signaler. I'm near Chicago, and people state high taxes. Brown ales are my favorite style, and not the amber. Okay, I'm kind of blocking the comments on accident. And not blocking them with like not letting people comment. The screen there is blocking it the way I have it set up. That's what I'm saying. A virtue signal. Okay. Brown ales are my favorite style, but the AmberBock beats Newcastle in my opinion. Now, Craig, have you tried the new, modern, updated American Lagunitas, California, Chicago, Newcastle, though? Have you tried that? because when I did the video at first, I was like, I don't think it tastes the same, but maybe it does. And then as I drank down that first bottle, I said, no, it's got that Lagunitas touch. It doesn't taste the same. So let's go with the aroma. Heck, everything's going wrong in this video. Hold on again. Oh, man. Well, I got to say, if you're going to sniff a beer up your nose on accident, this is a really good one to sniff because it smells great. It's really malty in your nose. It's like candy sugar and sweet bread. Oh, man, maybe I'll start snorting AmberBock. I really like it. I never sniffed it in my nose before. He says, no, I haven't, but I will. All right, so, nah, I'm going to have to close my eyes. This Newcastle's retaining the head too much. The AmberBock has a little thin rim of foam, but they're too different. The color, no, I don't think that would throw me off. That foam would. I took a snort of AmberBock, man. It's starting to kick in, man. Woo, I'm the life of the party now, man. Snort of AmberBock. It's starting to wear off. I got to grip my teeth. Oh, I'm starting to come down off that Michelob AmberBock. Got to grip my teeth. No way, man. I'm giving up this life, man. Then I feel the chilling glow. All right. Snowflakes glisten on the trees. All right, anyway. Oh, wow. All right. Get my fingernail. AmberBock. All right, anyway, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding in all seriousness. Now, this one smells like, it didn't smell like rust water. Of course, I don't really go around smelling rust water. You know what I mean? No, mine. Okay. Oh, this is so much more roastier. Or maybe it's just toastier. Now, see, the Michelob, for a while, the AmberBock was an all malt beer. Then they brought back the corn. So now they use corn again. Didn't say corn syrup. The website says corn, which must be corn, flaked maize, cornflakes, you know. Barley malt, malt extract, yeast, and hops of some sort. Tetnane, oh yeah, it says on the website, Tetnane, Tetnanger, and Hallertar, and Strisselspalt. Well, I think that one's the Newcastle, and I think this is the Michelob, but I'm going to tell you on the flavor. Yeah. That's the AmberBock because it's got this tea-like flavor, tea, mild malt, the toasted malt, a little cream, a little grassy hop action. And I mean, it's little, like this beer is more round than anything. Like, okay, so if you're thinking, I'm going to pick out the malts, I'm going to pick out the hops, I'm going to make the meat, I'm going to make all the meats. No, you're not. It's just going to taste round, have that little Anheuser-Busch sourness, be crisp, clean, and very drinkable. Just do it, you little hick. All right. Don't yeah me. Just do it, you little hick. All right. And what about Gaspar Gomez and the Echevarria brothers? Huh? Anyway, this is more roasty over here. More roasty. There's more char. There's a char. You heard me? A charred malt. And I don't know how you describe it, like nah, there's not really a lot of hop action over here either. They're both pretty round, but this one has more of that charred malt flavor. Now you say one is a lager and one is an ale, and they're not the same, and you shouldn't mix them. Well, yes, one is bottom fermented and one is top fermented, and all of that. One's lagered, and all that stuff. But they're both beer, but I mean, they're not coming across that different. I think the one on my left, which has got to be the AmberBock, is sweeter. Oh, that roast. Oh, that's a nose full of roastiness. Oh, but dude, isn't that what I sniffed earlier, man? So this is kind of discombobulating me. California, prophet on the golden shore, like an angel. All right. The body is a little lighter here, and it's a little heavier there. And the Michelob is 152, and the Lagunitas Newcastle is 130. So you figure 152 calories to 130. It's a pretty big jump. It's higher ABV. I'm gonna take another sip. The finish is crisp for both, really. That's very crisp. That is very crisp, clean, and refreshing. Very crisp, clean, and refreshing, my friends. No doubt. Most excellent indeed, my friends. Yes, here too, but it's got a little more body and it's got that sourness. It's got to be Michelob. It's got that telltale Anheuser-Busch house character. You could drink them all and they all have that same character. From the natural father to the Busch Light. From the Michelob AmberBock and the Ziegenbock to the natural ice. They all have that sour note. And I don't mean it's like a sour beer or a tart beer. It's nothing like that. But it's just like this sour, fermented, vegetable matter item presentation. And I think a lot of people with experience with Anheuser-Busch know what I'm talking about. I have to make the determination at this very moment, and I'm saying this is the Michelob, and it is M. I saw it upside down, and it looked like a W, but I knew it wasn't Newcastle. I knew it's Newcastle. So which one's better? Oh, well, now. Somebody made a good comment saying like, you ought to do Newcastle Brown Ale against a Beta Turbo Dog. A Beta Turbo Dog. And I was like, yeah, that really is a good idea. Because what is a Beta Turbo Dog? 4.5? This has a nut brown kind of thing going on with it too, like the Samuel Smith's nut brown ale. I'm not joking. I'm really not kidding. Sitting here, Brixlinsva 1970 says, I'm sitting here drinking a Lost Coast Fog Cutter Double IPA, watching the world famous Ronaroo on Easter Sunday. That's a good thing to do, and I appreciate you doing it. And Brandon Caratazzolo says, both beers are pretty good. I personally felt AmberBock tasted sweet like sugar, and Newcastle had more roastiness and brown sugar taste. Jeff Jameson said, did you try the Heineken Newcastle? You mean the one that was from the Netherlands? Yes. I tried it a few times. I thought it was inferior, like something had happened to it. It seemed like something had affected it. It wasn't, I didn't say infected it. I said affected it. Like something, like it was inferior to the one made in England. Could have been in my mind, but that was the impression I got. I don't think I mentioned it in the video, but after I did it, I was thinking, yeah, I think it kind of went down a little bit. Maybe people complain, and I know the sales for Newcastle weren't too hot, right? They tried the Cabbie, they tried the Werewolf, they tried the IPA, the Pale Ale. Remember, they had that collaboration with Newcastle and brewery and Caledonian. I liked all those beers. And it was like Discovery Series #1, #2, and nothing else. And I was like, yeah, they're not going to do anything else. Because it probably wasn't catching on. The sales weren't there. So they just scrapped everything. And then I guess they said, well, before we discontinue Newcastle, this classic 90-year-old brand, and if you notice, they did nothing to promote it during its 90th anniversary. I guess they figured, well, let's just give Lagunitas a chance. They may not do better, but they sure won't do worse. But they did do a lot better. They must have told Lagunitas, look, save the brand if you can. Do whatever you want with it. We don't care. Be creative. And they were, and they've improved it. DJ Mexicano de Tejas says, happy Easter to you. GNJK says, good challenge. Roscoe says, maybe retire and new Borderlands 2 hot potential of hurricanes. A new. I don't know what that means. All right. I'm going to go get one more sample, and then I'm getting off of this because I want to go check some things. Yeah, that hot bitterness is starting to come in a little bit. JTLBZ says, I'll take Michelob AmberBock all day long. Retire in New Orleans, but it's too hot. Chance of hurricanes. Oh. Yeah, we have a chance. It is hot. I can handle it, you know. The heat doesn't really bother me. In fact, I was thinking about one year just trying an experiment. People will think I'm crazy, you know. They'll be like, you're crazy. You're crazy. I was like, I wanted to tell them, well, you don't live here. I was going to try to go the whole summer with no air conditioning, you know, just run fans and all and have all the windows open, just see what it would be like. Like, could I tolerate it? Because I know when my grandmother was growing up in the 1920s, they surely did not have air conditioning. And I don't remember her talking about how they were dying. And then she was saying, well, you don't think about it when you don't have it. No one had it. So you just don't think about it. They had big fans. She was talking more like it was cold in the winter. You know, it was the winter. Her and her sister would take like draw or flip a coin to see who had to get in the bed first, because they would put like a brick in the bed, you know, from the fireplace. They had these things that would hold a brick. So Now I was just thinking about that. Like, what would that be like? Because they had an article in the paper once about people in New Orleans that don't have air conditioning. They just run fans. And they were like, yeah, you get used to it, you know? That'd be some kind of experiment. I had to think about it. I mean, I don't know. Sounds crazy. But I like to experiment with those type of things. Anyway, half the year you can have your windows open without running air or heat. Like right now, for instance, I got all the windows open. I got a breeze coming through. There's no air conditioner on, no heat. It's comfortable. If it gets a little chilly, I'll put a t-shirt on. If it gets kind of cold, I'll put a jacket on. If it gets really hot, I take my shirt off. You know, like you can adjust, but most people can't adjust. They just got to run stuff all the time, like air conditioner all the time, and heater all the time. And then they'll say, oh, I have no money. All my expenses, all these utilities and bill. Well, I mean, yeah, well, because you buy everything you think of, and then you run everything, and then you go out to eat for every meal. So, of course, you're going to think that. Strange. The Newcastle has a much fuller flavor. It's a lot roastier. Now that might throw some people off. Like, it doesn't taste like the Newcastle of the past. I'm telling you now, the more I drink it, it doesn't taste almost anything like the Newcastle of England. Because I don't remember that ever having a heavy roasted flavor. No way. Newcastle, I mean, Lagunitas got the red light, you know, the green light. They told them, do what you want. Doesn't matter anyway. Go for it. And they went for it. And it's something else. It's really good. I mean, I could drink this. 130 calories. It's so low. Man, this thing could go toe to toe with almost any craft beer I've ever tried. And I'm not joking about that. That's how much better it is. But I always liked Newcastle in the past. My only complaint with Newcastle was that, you know, it came in those clear bottles, and sometimes it smells skunked. And I used to get the cans when they used to make cans. And then, yeah, and there was that scandal about they were using food coloring to make it brown. So Heineken finally just said, "Oh hell, okay, we'll just roast the malts. We have roasted malts or toasted malts. I think they said toasted." Because Heineken was like, we're a big company. We have that on hand. In fact, we don't have to use food coloring. We were just doing that because it was cheaper, and we figured we wouldn't get caught, but we got caught. So it's like that ale from Foster's Premium Ale. They use food coloring to make it darker. Well, what would it look like if they didn't add food coloring? It would look like regular Foster's Lager. You know what I mean? It would be yellow fizzy stuff instead of golden fizzy stuff or slightly amber fizzy stuff. It would just taste stronger because it would be 5.5% alcohol, and it would have more body. But they want it to look different, so they add the caramel color. But at least Miller tells you on the can, Miller, Foster's, Anheuser-Busch. Who owns it? We don't know because it's convoluted. They tell you right there on the can or on the website what caramel color added. Oh, I guess it would look like the Ballantine Ale or the Red Horse. I mean, the Red Horse Ale. Okay, the Lord Chesterfield Ale or the old 12-horse ale from Genesee, or the Rainier Ale, which I've never gotten to try. Rainier Ale, which they no longer make. Well, we think they don't. We think they no longer make it. Or the Mickey's Ice Brewed Ale, or Keystone Ice, which on the can it's always said it's an ale. It would look something like that, you know, yellow fizzy stuff, or golden fizzy stuff. But people are funny about appearance, you know, so they add the coloring to make it look darker. Like, remember they tried to sell the Coke or the Pepsi without the food coloring and nobody would buy it. Nobody would buy it because they're like, that tastes terrible. I was like, no, it's the same thing that you normally drink with Pepsi, but it doesn't have food coloring. That's how Pepsi looks without food coloring. It's clear, okay? But people couldn't grasp that, so no one bought it. I guess they do that with rum. I know they do that with rum. They add color and they make it look golden. Then they say, oh, this is golden rum. That's white rum. Well, what's the difference? Oh, wow. Very different. But then it's probably just because they add food color. They add color into Scotch. They add food color into Canadian whiskey. They add food color into American whiskey, except for bourbon. Straight bourbon can't have food coloring, but blended bourbon can. And people get all upset about it. Is it really that bad for you that they take sugar and they turn it brown in a pot, a pan? I mean, I'm sure they have this huge equipment. They brown sugar, so then it's brown, it's caramelized, and then they add that syrup to a Scotch whiskey, and now you're going to die of cancer because they took sugar and they browned it and they added it to Scotch, and you're going to die of cancer because of that. But people believe these internet stories. But why not? I mean, why shouldn't they believe it? People will go around saying, oh, cigarettes cause cancer. Do they now? I never heard that. I've heard people say it, but I've never seen any evidence. I've read that there's a positive correlation between heavy cigarette smoking and incidences of cancer. But if regular cigarette smoking caused cancer, what would happen to everybody who smokes cigarettes regularly? Right. But guess what does not happen to most people who smoke cigarettes regularly? Exactly. And no, I don't smoke cigarettes. I never have. I'm not interested in cigarettes. Oh, the glory of propaganda. They'll make you think you got to invade Iraq in 2003. They didn't make me think that. All right. Well, I honestly think that the Newcastle is a little better. Price is the same. That doesn't matter. All right. At least around here, the 6-pack Michelob. Well, that depends. You might find the AmberBock for $7.99, the Newcastle for $8.99. You might find Michelob AmberBock for $13.99 a 12-pack, and for Newcastle you might have to pay, I don't know, $14.99. But somebody was telling me I paid $20.99 for a 12-pack of Newcastle. I said, no, that's high. That's not a value. That's not a value to me. That's a ripoff. But all right. Anyway, I was watching the Texas Rangers and they were winning 10-1. And I said, this game is totally out of control. Let me go. Well, I mean, I don't mind watching games like that, but I said, let me go do the video. And then I was walking a half a mile, and then I was talking to my daughter about she cut her leg again. I was so stressed out about that. I was like, I don't even care about the game now. I'm going to do the video. Got 15 stitches in her knee where she cut it in 2017, but it wasn't quite 2 years ago. I don't know. I just couldn't handle it. All right. I mean, I could handle it. I'm here, right? But yeah, well, anyway, so Michelob does not win. Newcastle wins this taste challenge. Who would win between Newcastle Brown Ale and Turbo Dog? Well, yeah, that's a great question. Maybe after the first of the month, you know, if I get paid, I might buy that Abita party pack, you know, that party pack, and they got the Turbo Dog, I believe, and the Wrought Iron IPA, which I wasn't thrilled with. The Abita Amber, I could do Amber, Abita Amber against Michelob AmberBock, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, this was fascinating. Not really, but it was fun. You know, it was interesting. So I'm gonna let it go, and then tomorrow night, as it's been confirmed, and it's been confirmed that we're gonna do the Gibson's Finest 12-year, Gibson's Finest Rare, at 7 Eastern. John Anile is going to try to join us for that. He's got to secure some. Then on Tuesday morning, I'm planning to do a whiskey taste challenge. Canadian Hunter. A lot of viewers tell me that's their regular whiskey that they drink, Canadian Hunter. I've gotten that comment repeatedly. People say, "Oh yeah, that's my standby. I drink Canadian Hunter. That's my thing." Versus Heir to the Throne. Well, no one's ever even mentioned Heir to the Throne to me, since no one's ever been able to get it. But I'll try to be very careful with those examinations. But the Heir to the Throne taste challenges, I have a feeling now I'm going to get it really under control, and I'm going to get them all right. I think I'm going to nail it every time. I really believe that. Thanks for watching this video production.